think.
Yeah, and plus their poor skinheads got attacked by some Netherlands supporters at the pub. Did you see that?
I didn't see.
Some Dutch milkmaids were attacking the English skinheads. Is that it?
It's something like that. Yes. But the skinheads wouldn't have liked the footage because they basically were running away.
I guess they had theirs handed to them as well.
Indeed.
I am hosting, Andy.
Okay.
Oh, wow, Dave, what are you doing to us, buddy?
Well, we had it too easy on Monday. Look what the scores were.
Yeah. That's only because we were playing off the ladies' tees.
Well, I was going to make it windy as well, but it's probably a bit too much. We are 2 sets of tees forward, so there's that.
Okay, we'll see.
Yeah, it should be a nice balance. Just all par 5 should be in reach in 2.
Lough Leinster. I should have it in my course folder without having to copy it over. But you never know. Multiplayer. Actually, I'll just.
So did you end up beating the horse, Dave?
The tournament is ongoing, Dave. I chose to play that one. You can say full rounds or quick rounds, and if it's a quick round, it'll just randomly pick the 6 best holes on the course.
Right.
And then just sort of the AI will work out what your score roughly would have been based on what you did for those 6. And so that works okay. If you just don't like a course. But I've played this one full, so it's 18 holes times 4. I'm still only in round 2. It's a bit slower to play in this game.
You're in round 2 and you're like 15 under.
Yeah.
And you become a genius.
Yeah, but that's because I've got the grid turned on the green.
Right, okay.
Yeah. So I'm playing.
So there's no challenge.
Using crutches, so to speak.
I take it you're talking about the Road to Masters EA, yeah?
Yes. Yeah, I'm right now. I'm playing the players. It's all going okay. And also, Andy, I do have some thoughts on where to allocate skills, because you're going to get them as time goes by.
Well, I know exactly where we should be. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. It does occur to me with the skills that you can cache your skills in, can't you? So to regain those skill points.
Yeah, it costs a little bit of experience points, but yeah, you can redo your character if you decide you want to do a different aspect.
But I was going to say the one skill set which makes life a lot more sort of in tune with how we play this.
Yeah.
Is the distance thing, because the distance on us is what, 275 yards off the tee,
something like that.
And it's with me increasing the skill thing, it's gone from 258 to 275 or 278. Yep. Much more in line with where it should be.
Yeah, I've got a couple of extra in the power, and if I overhit, I can land it at about 330.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's a really valuable one. It's better to have more power and have short irons in, because they're the ones that are easier to control in that game. All right, now enough discussion about that. Okay.
Yeah, this is where you need to concentrate. Otherwise,
I didn't work very well on Monday, did it?
No, otherwise it's spanky time.
Is Dave's viewing behaving okay, Phil?
Yeah, it looks all right.
Yeah, that's a good start.
I'll take that.
It's a very good start.
I hit the U key to have a look at the green, Andy.
The U key.
Yeah, because I've been hitting the U key all week in the other game.
Oh, I see what you mean. Well, I did actually have my first subpar rank.
Oh yeah.
The other day at St Andrews, I came to the road hole, and I
Oh,
made
no.
an absolute hash of it, walking off with a 7. Otherwise, I'd been 4 under. But I've got to say, Augusta beat me up pretty bad. I was in the high 80s. It was just the greens were. It wasn't so much the greens were difficult to read. I knew what, but I was I was putting them in all the wrong places.
Yeah.
3 galore.
And boy, those greens do seem almost faster than Stim 14 in some circumstances.
Yeah. But it's good. I like the different challenge that it's presenting.
Yeah, I definitely see a match play in our future.
Boing.
Very nice.
Very central as well, Dave.
And long in comparison.
Yeah.
Hmm. Okay, and there. Just right. Do this. Well, that was a lot of working out for no result.
Ouch, yes. Ouch, 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 ouch.
I think I'm happy just to play this shot as it is, maybe come out of the bunker.
Well, as long as you don't plug the ball, Dave. That's the main thing.
Shouldn't, with any luck.
Well worked out. Landed on the downslope of the bunker.
Right, well, what are we doing here? Oh. Okay, reasonably happy with that. Oh.
Very nice.
Is it?
Well, it's squeaky bum time.
This whole position seems to repel balls.
5, 6, 32, 4.
start.
I was never going to miss Andy. What a shot. Fantastic. What a start.
Yeah, I enjoyed that one.
Doesn't all well, guys. This is a continuation of Monday night.
Well, I've got my garden cane to hand. Not
Very nice.
quite nice rescue.
This one is a little frightening.
Yeah, Andy started the game last week. Was it with 2 or 3 eagles?
I had 2 eagles in the first 2 holes,
And
and I think I had another couple as well during the 1 or 2 more.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Oh, Dave!
I'm down where Dave Sub was. I should be able to read this putt, no problem. Should just be there. Turn.
ooh, had some pace on it.
It was firm, wasn't it? Went in with enthusiasm.
261.
Unbridled enthusiasm, Dave.
Mm. Had a bit of that going after today's bowled episode, though.
Oh, I haven't seen today's or yesterday's.
Well, I can't say anything.
Don't hit it. Well, if you do, don't deviate too much.
Didn't hurt one bit. It's very nice.
No.
Wow.
Phew.
Oh my God. Flat.
You might get through it.
Not likely.
No.
Can't all have your luck.
Well, as I always say, Dave, you make your own luck in this game.
Correct.
All right. A driving superhook.
Well, that was a one right out of the adventurous playbook. Very good.
I thought I could get to flop range if I got the right shot.
Well, you certainly did. Nice shot.
That tree is going to be so much trouble. Oh, I'm going to pretend it's not there. This is going out the back. Oh, come on. Oh, for God's sake. I'm trying to move the marker thing, as in adjusting your ball flight, and it's moving the marker instead. Up and over! No! Turn!
There's all sorts of expletives coming out for everybody today. What's going on?
I don't know, but I'm not expecting to make any money out of this game.
That's bullshit, Your Honour.
Where's the flag? I've lost it. Oh,
Caught the rough instead of the.
actually, it wasn't a great shot. I don't think I took something off it. Didn't mean to. Never mind. I'm not going to be despondent.
Right. 32 yard flop. Okay. Oh, it's 4 feet up here. Uh-oh, long and right.
And I'm afraid you're way above the 10 inches.
It's with extra grease.
Wow. Oh, this would be a good time to get another hole out.
Maybe. Right. And it starts going downhill. Oh, okay. 25 feet, 6 inches down. It's too hard. I belted him. Disaster. My putting is terrible tonight.
Well, Dave, you can't blame this on the, and I know you wouldn't, but you can't blame this on the EA game because that's just you're hitting bloody keys on the board.
I don't actually, not finding that at all, to be honest. I think there's less to the game because of it, but yeah, whatever. All right, 11, 4 uphill. Please. Oh.
Dave. No, that's wiggled off.
Not a bad. It's in a good spot.
Three.
All righty, it's just going to be there.
Pity after that drive, Dave. That was not what the doctor ordered.
No, 3 behind after 2 holes is not the start you want.
Well, there's only one thing to do in such circumstances, and that is to go for the jugular. Which would be the case if I'd have hit it right. I haven't.
Oh, that almost came down vertical, Andy.
Yeah, I know.
I thought it was a chance.
That's a better drive.
Oh, it's about time.
Fair enough. I've just discovered I think my mouse setting is wrong. It's going to upset me. It's be more upsetting if it's correct. It was incorrect.
Well, this is equivalent to you've started off 2 holes in and you've decided that the clubs you're playing with aren't the wrong ones.
I grabbed the wrong bag from the clubhouse. All right. Let's see if we can turn things around now that we've got a correctly working mouse. No, that feels wrong. Setting is incorrect. No. It is 1 by 1. It's even worse. That means it was correct. Okay. That's better. All right. Sorry, boys. I had some hardware problems, but they're resolved now. Should be right for the rest of the night. All right.
No.
All that leaning in my chair did nothing. Damn it.
1-4-1. Oh, this is the savage. Savage power loss. Okay, right. Ooh, don't like this at all. Go on, get over that. Oh, that was so close to being perfect.
It was. Great shot.
Very
It's
unlucky.
not bad. Oh.
Bye-bye, ball.
Oh, it's proving difficult getting the ball close on these greens.
Yeah. I think than what Dave Strutt did. I can't work out what's happening. And do I want to take a risk?
Well, do you feel lucky? Well, do you, punk?
Well, it could bounce backwards. All right, I'm going to feel lucky and go down there. Sure. Some math. Okay. Okay. Here we go.
Oh no! Did...
My own fault. I was just hoping it was a graphical anomaly, that it was on the side of the. Yeah. Shut up now. All right. Let's see what we got. There. 34 minus 5 and 30. Goes. That's about the right club. I lost it. All right. Wasn't enough, Bob.
Oh God! I thought you put yourself into the same anomaly, only in a different bunker.
There. Ooh. All right.
Oh!
Dave! Although
It's all happening, isn't it?
it could have been miles out the back, I guess, if it hadn't hit the pin.
Oh yeah, couldn't work out a way to get backspin as well, but
So you deliberately chose to hit the pin.
that's right.
Your level of skill is beyond mere mortals.
Like the man on your phone, Dave.
The man on my phone?
Right.
Oh, you're talking about Mo.
Correct.
No. Ah,
Look at that run.
that was poor. Yeah, I didn't. I really didn't twig on that it was downhill. You can see it
Yeah.
very, very clearly. I think I was much more concerned about whether it was going to be left to right or right to left or whatever.
Yeah, I think if you got a no baby here, it would almost be an accident.
It's a pretty good effort.
Should work.
Yeah, well, I've got to get my. I don't want to drop 2 shots here. .38.10. Not a million miles away.
That's looking pretty good.
You're iron, Andy. Oh wow, that's a lot of break. Yeah, I don't need to do any more pull over. This is up here.
Wasn't too bad. Just a little bit strong.
Mm.
Oh my lord.
So, do you have a tip for tonight's winner, Phil?
I think I have to go with where the strength seems to be at the moment.
Me.
I think the English.
I have the most
And,
shots.
I just saw the English football victory again on the news.
You're on the English bandwagon.
I am on the English bandwagon.
Yes.
They've got a new fast bowler. I saw he debuted in a test match and got 745
Wow.
at Lord's.
Yeah. I see that. I mean, I've been following the tennis pretty much glued to the TV mid-afternoon.
No.
Yeah. I'm glad you didn't say literally.
Right.
So, who's your tip to win the tennis then?
Well, it's whether he wins it or not. I really want Carlos Alcaraz to win it.
Okay, the new up and coming.
The Spaniard who, the incumbent, as it were, the current holder.
Yeah.
I think he's the most. Of all the top players, he's the most varied and the most interesting to see, and he just got such a variety of finesse and power and so on and so forth. I like watching him a lot, more so than Djokovic, who I think he's just an arrogant.
I was going to ask what your opinion was, but you've come right out and off.
Without any prompting,
Yeah.
I don't like the man. Never have done, Phil. And after his
little outburst,
didn't he accuse everyone of being disrespectful?
He said they were booing him he was playing Rune, and so everyone was going Rune, and he said, "I know what you're doing. You're booing me."
Disrespecting, yeah.
And I don't accept it. I'm calling you out. You know, it's disrespectful. So he's the perfect pantomime villain, really, isn't he?
He is.
Well, but at least next time he knows the booze will be real.
Well, here's a thing from Yesterday, in fact, a couple of days before, I saw the end of your countryman Alex de Minaur
Yeah,
closing out the game, and you could
yeah.
tell immediately that something very bad had happened to him.
Yeah. I saw that, and then he said it was all okay, but then he got the scans and no way. So yeah.
The look
So
on his face said it all, didn't it?
yeah,
Yeah, it was a look of what the hell was that?
yeah. So I was very sorry to see that he wasn't able to have a tilt at Djokovic at all. And I think much as I enjoyed watching uh, Lorenzo Musetti play yesterday, he played some really lovely stuff, but I just don't think he's got the firepower to. I don't think he'll even take a set off Djokovic. So I think it'll be Djokovic, and I'm hoping it'll be Alcaraz. But Medvedev played very, very well against Sinner the other day as well, and Sinner had a wobbly moment as well. He looked as though he was going to keel over.
Oh no!
Yeah.
How did that not get up?
What did you hit, though?
The 8-iron?
I think that's what I hit, but I was a tad further back.
Oh, for fuck's sake. This is bullshit. Whatever.
Yeah, I think Djokovic. It's interesting in tennis because, like in football, for example, or many other sports, basketball, you're allowed to boo players just because you don't like them.
Yeah.
But in tennis, and it's sort of like, why shouldn't people boo Djokovic if they don't like him? And he'd say it's disrespectful, but people boo footballers and as well. So but,
indeed, our umpires often get called white maggots.
Yeah, which is why they started giving them different colour uniforms.
Yeah.
People, I remembered reading of international people who watched the game. They thought all this racism was going on because the umps were being called white maggots.
Oh, that was so close.
That would have been an O baby on a par 5.
Yeah.
That is unbelievable. Just sailed over the top.
Well, I was watching the game between Rune and Djokovic, and I must admit, I sort of thought, what are they booing at? And then my wife Carol said, "Oh no, it's they're shouting Rune's name," and I think it was. They weren't doing it all the time, but I think they were actually doing it during points that Rune won, trying to encourage him. I don't think they were. Need to look at the match again to work out whether they were doing it to encourage Rune after Djokovic had played a good rally or whatever. I
can't remember the name, but I know there's an American golfer that every time he walks past the crowd, they all go, woo! And they're saying his name, but it sounds like booing.
Yeah, it's the same in AFL. You got Luke Bruce for the Hawks, and there's one other one. There's a few, actually. So every time he gets the ball, they go, Bruce! And it sounds like everyone's booing.
Well, there was... well, of course, there was Luke Donald. Luke Donald was one, and another one was there was a golfer called Andrew Beef Johnson.
Beef was great,
and that's Beef.
I love the beef call.
They should have started mooing.
The drunker they got, the louder the beef.
Yeah. So I was particularly interested to see what the reaction was going to be
For fuck's sake.
when Duminor played against Djokovic, because I thought, well, I know which side the English public is going to be on, but of course it never happened. So it was a pity, never found out.
Yeah. Yeah, real pity. Can you imagine, like Demonor, he's one of those sort of second tier sort of players, really honest, tries his guts out. It's the highlight of his career, making the semis at Wimbledon and injured, unbelievable, really.
And
Hopefully.
I think he got injured on the
Yeah.
point just before he got the match point.
Yeah.
And then the match point, he took another sort of stretch, and that just about crippled him.
Yeah.
It was most unfortunate.
Mm. Yeah.
I think it matters where I am. It's going to be unfortunate. 26 inches downhill. Come on. A lot of leaning forward in the chair. It wasn't helping.
That's a better shot.
A very frustrating hole.
That's all right, Dave. At least you kept the bull branding alive.
Indeed.
I can't see much in this. It's just a little there. Oh, it's 3 inches downhill. This misses to the right. I'm not going to be happy.
Oh, David.
Not happy. As my geography teacher used to say, I'm beyond disappointed. Oh!
Right. I hate to say this, but this looks tiny bit right to left.
Indeed.
Yeah. What's going on, boys?
It's only the 5th hole. Things can turn around very fast, Andy.
Only one stroke getting us into double again.
Only one stroke us getting half out of double, though.
Yes, that's true.
That looks pretty good to
so
me.
it probably won't be this green. That's a great shot. What was your carry? 214. Okay. Didn't see, but I'm guessing you hit your 204, whatever it is.
Is there altitude on this course?
I don't know. Didn't check. Right now, 36. doesn't feel like it because we haven't been missed clubbing all night, so it's probably not high. Yeah, I'm not sure this club's enough. Yes. Okay.
Good shot. Oh, I'm going to give you the read. A read.
Thanks, Andy.
Nice reply. Oh, don't like that.
I don't
Nine.
like that at all. No timing, nothing.
I thought for a minute when it set off, it was looking water bound. I thought that's got to go. That's got to go. That's what I thought. It was.
It was a well-placed bunker. Nice shot.
Nice shot.
Did get under the hole too.
Yeah, you went up and you didn't take too much time about that. Right. Oh. Oh.
Well, we can't see measurements, but we're watching this with great interest. Wow.
Didn't have to do that, Andy.
He knows what he has to do, Dave.
Well, I'm hoping we both got straight uphill putts.
That's it.
I was worried about belting it. Oh.
Hi. I was sure I'd learned from yours. I learned nothing. Now look. Oh, I don't like this one bit. It's going to break about 6 inches on me, the little bastard. Please. Stop.
Oh.
Right, let's have a look at this puppy.
I was thinking you were going to drive it through that gap in the trees there in the distance for a moment, Andy.
Oh no, Phil.
It was a perfect little gap.
Oh, nice.
Very nice. He's trying to death blow us, Dave.
Geez, that turned hard, didn't it?
Good putt.
Yeah, I did see a nice little tree there.
Oh,
Oh, Dave!
I think I'm in trouble.
I think you're going to have to stop playing EA. Your brain scrambled with playing with the grid.
Yeah, got to go off grid.
I'm back where I was.
Same putts.
But I've had 3 shots more. Don't do this. Don't do it.
Doesn't seem like enough. Oh no! That's cruel.
Really?
Oh.
Oh, Dave. What can I say? Oh. Let's have a look.
Throw me your winning ball at the end of the game.
Oh no, that's not the place to put it.
Oh, you must
Even
have
less
been
so
lucky,
now.
Andy. That was 1 metre from disaster.
Well, there's only one saving grace there, and I've got a reasonable line to the pin. I haven't got to go over anything. It's getting underneath something. That's a good line, though. Well done.
Yep.
Right, where the hell am I? Right, okay. Let's have a look and see what the... Ninja Will Robinson. Ah, 154. Go on, get going, get going. Don't go in 41 yards. It'd be interesting to see whether we've ever played Lough Leinster at hard.
Or if we ever do again.
At least one thing, Dave, the difficult pins, they're not going to be difficult pins, they're just going to be random pins. Third of which are going to be difficult, third easy, and so on.
I do like how in the EA game, in career mode, they use the exact correct hole positions for each round.
Well, the other thing I've noticed is they've got sort of select the pins, and you've got all the days of the week: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So Saturday, Sunday. So there must be probably possibly seven different pin positions. I don't know.
I don't know either. I haven't played any of them often enough or at different setups.
Good shot.
Tuck.
Really nice.
That's the first one, which is, well, by any stretch, it's a no baby. 41-7. Go on. Go on.
Net
Oh,
nice.
Duke. Oh, oh, oh,
Oh, Davo!
oh,
Comeback
he's,
begin.
he's come alive.
I'm trying to get out of double busted, Andy.
Oh.
Well done. Well, you two have stopped the rot.
Yeah, it has players tightened up. Not all the scores. Perfect.
Yep.
And what a shocking hole to miss the fairway, because that green is just perched at the very front.
Yeah.
Elevated green, it'd be a nightmare from the rough.
Two out of
Apart
two.
from what yours did, Dave.
Try to emulate it. Looks good.
It's three very close to each other. Amazing. But you had to out Brutus, didn't you, Andy?
Yes,
Couldn't help yourself.
I couldn't.
All right. What is this nonsense?
164.
Jesus, chaos. 64, 167, 61. Up there and then come back down. It's the shot. That's correct. We're off to boom.
shot.
It took ages to work out. That's a good line. Back down.
Come back down a lot. More.
Looks pretty good to me.
No, that's all right.
33155.
3 shot at a birdie.
I'd love to. I'd love to be able to hit the 9-iron, but I don't think it's enough.
You come for the free ride, Andy. All right.
I want a free ride, yes, please.
All right, well. Hit number 1. It's pretty greasy. Other than that, just a matter looking at where you're going to die the ball. That's it. Bugger. There's more.
At 1911. Oh, bloody hell, this is.
It's slippery.
Looks good.
It
that
was good.
Fantastic, Andy.
Okay,
Well, I kept going out and out and out. Oh, I have you to thank for that.
Oh my god. Fucking hopeless.
Yeah, I did see you went substantially further right than me. And I thought this might be a chance. My initial thought. Wow.
Almost missed it.
Very strongly struck.
All right. Oh. 183. Time to go tramping on the green, I think. Come and join me, Dave.
Indeed.
I'm really suspicious now. I feel like there's some trap to this hole. I'm going to go a bit further left. I don't want to join you two. 183 minus 10, 173 plus 5. It's 4, but it's 31. Yeah, all right.
Well, I suspect you must have hit the 6 iron there. 183 club, Dave.
I had a. It was a chopped 5 iron, Andy, because I don't
Wow.
have a 6.
Well, I took the 7 iron plot.
Is that the 170?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I took, but I punched.
Flopping. The punch goes 6 inches further. Interesting. Good to know.
Ooh. Do I go with that club or do I go with that club? Do I go with the 51 or the 36? Oh, and my mind is made up.
Well, whichever one you went for, it was the correct one.
Yeah, I went for the 51 and tried it.
Yeah, it's in a good spot
Too
now.
quite hard on the downswing.
Okay, so.
Shot.
I could not have been more gentle with it.
No. Oh no. That.
Yep. I think this is straight.
Dave, would you mind having a run of birdies just to take double busted out of the play?
No, it's already in play and it's going that way, Dave. I don't think there's anything I can do about it.
Bloody hell. Ah, right, okay. Ooh, just. Anyway,
we brute there, Andy.
something for Phil's benefit, and spot the sarcasm in it. It's been a week since the UK elected its first government, and
Yes.
in the first week, the new Prime Minister has met his shadow cabinet. He's gone round the countries of the. Oh yes, he's met the leaders of the devolved nations. He's also invited all the metropolitan mayors for a drink sort of session at number 10. So he's had that meeting. He's obviously been briefed about national security matters and so on. He's then gone to the NATO conference and met his counterparts in NATO. Are you getting the? Oh yes, and he's setting in train a couple of inquiries to look at X, Y, and Z. Now then, there's a but in all of this. He's had all these meetings and he's had all these decisions to set up inquiries, but you know what's actually happened?
No.
Absolutely nothing. If you see it, so my gist is he's got a lot of favourable publicity, and he's making the same kind of noises about he wants to reset the relationship between government and whatever. So he said all of these things, but
Oh,
no.
for fuck's sake.
That went 6 inches deep, Dave.
Yep. Jeez.
But nothing's actually happened apart from the boat people have suddenly realised that with the if decent weather comes along, that which we haven't had over the last week, but they've now cottoned on to the fact that they're not going to be thrown onto a plane to Rwanda.
So I guess from all that, what I read into it is that the honeymoon is over.
Well, the press are now starting to sort of look very carefully at all of the, not that there were that many, but whether the things that he was promising in his pledges and manifesto, whether they're actually going to be deliverable or not. And to that end, I have given Mr. Mackey a synopsis of what I think will happen in the next 5 years under the Labour government. It's not all doom and gloom, but it's not exactly sort of oh yes, it's going to be marvellous. Now Dave does have access to that. Now, if you'd like to view my crystal ball gazing, you're more than welcome to have a look at it as well.
Yeah. Yep. I'll. But so you're saying I'll get Dave to pass that on to me next time?
Yeah. Dave,
I'll email it to you, Phil.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So it's just an open document, .odf format, but you should be able to see what it is either in either in the repository, my online drive, which Dave has access to. So a lot of it, the first part of it is mainly about what I think taxes will go up. The second part of it is a more longer term view of what will happen, sort of, I don't know, economically, and sort of generally.
Can I ask, in the UK, do you have an inheritance tax?
Yep.
How much is it?
Good question.
Just approximate.
It's approximately, I think it's 350,000, something like that, or is it 300,000? It's less than $500,000.
That doesn't make any sense.
So,
That means
so it's
that
a set amount. A set amount, or is it a percentage?
it must be a percentage, because
Oh no!
what if someone dies and they only have $100,000? Does that mean their descendants owe 200 grand to the government?
No. It's the sorry. What? How can I put it?
Is that when duties kick in?
You don't pay inheritance
Tax
tax
until that point.
That's the threshold. Yeah.
Now I get it. Yep.
Okay.
All good.
So is that what they mean by death duty, or is it the same thing?
Yeah,
okay.
basically. I mean, and in Australia we don't have it, and it would be impossible to introduce. But it did occur to me, there's going to be, in the next 20 years, with all the boomer wealth transferring to the lower, next generation, it's going to be a transfer of about $3 trillion. And you sort of thought, well, like it wouldn't be unreasonable for a government to say, threshold, $2 million, any inheritance under that, you pay 0, and anything above 2 million, it's 5%. And they generate shed loads of money out of that.
Oh, yeah. Well, look, of course, the other thing about inheritance tax is that even if they just keep the thresholds the same, the effect of inflation means that it's a tax which rakes in more and more each year because of inflation.
Yeah. I mean, really, the threshold should be indexed with inflation, shouldn't it? So it should forever be going up. Yeah. That'd be a logical thing. And if any political party did introduce in Australia, it wouldn't happen, but that would have to be a condition that that 2 million or 1 million or whatever it was would be indexed with the CPI and go up. But it's interesting, that.
Ooh. Got a shot.
Ooh. So speaking of research, Phil, did you manage to look up Project 2025 at all?
I read an article in The Guardian about it, and it was interesting. Yeah, a lot of wacky things. But while I was reading about it, it was talking about what it was, but also the fact that a lot of people are reading it now, and the fact that Donald Trump is a bit wary of people having read it. So he's come out now and said he knows nothing about it. It's got nothing to do with him.
Yet another lie.
By the way, all in the one voice, almost, he says, I know nothing about it. It's got nothing to do with me, and I disagree with it anyway.
Bullshit.
So, as the journalist in The Guardian said, before saying that bit, they said, okay, let's play stupid for a moment, and then said, this is what he said.
Love it.
Yeah.
There he is.
And I noticed that Biden is you can get 5-1 Joe Biden winning the presidency in a 2-horse race.
I think, from what I've read, the polls didn't actually change much after the debate. So I think his dotteriness and his age is already factored into people's votes. It's not like he did that debate last week and people going, oh, gee, he's really old. I didn't realise that, and I was going to vote for him. All the people that said they were going to vote for him and are going to vote for him, they already bloody well know that. So, I don't know. It might have a slim. So there is it's really, it's dodgy for the Democrats because they could go two ways. They could double down and say he's going to be hard to move and he's pretty insistent, so let's just jump right behind him, say, yep, democracy's at stake, let's back Biden, he's done a reasonable job, all those sort of things, rah, 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 and try and get the job done. Because if they make a hash of it, they might actually increase the odds of the very result that they're trying to avoid. So I guess what George Clooney came out today and a few others have done, and I actually read in the weekend some of the donors, including Disney, had decided to pause their donations until he was replaced. And I thought that sounds like Endgame. If all the donors hold off, and he sees that,
Yeah.
then maybe if they can replace him quickly.
Yeah, but who are they going to replace him with?
Well, I mean that's the thing. There's no guarantee that Kamala Harris
No,
is going.
they won't win with Kamala.
Yeah. Well, what's the California governor's name?
Oh, Newsom.
He'd be the one.
Yeah, maybe.
He'd kind of romp it in, wouldn't he? So, but they'd have to have some sort of mechanism to get him in that position in about 3 weeks. Because if it draws out more than that, their own doubts are gonna drive away people who are going to vote for Biden anyway. So they've just got to be careful.
I think what's going to force the issue is that the Democrats, their whole position over this whole Israel-Palestine thing, and it's really cost them a lot of votes. And so if they actually change from Joe to someone else, it also gives them the chance to imply somehow that now that problem's fixed.
Yeah, it's really...
And put it on his shoulders, and they would quite happily do that.
You're right. I was talking to my son the other week, and, basically we're talking about this issue in the Australian government. And the Australian government's come out and said a lot of encouraging things about Palestine and almost stopped short of recognising it as a country, but said some good things. But he said all his voting age friends, because of the current government's reaction, they're all going to vote against Albanese. And I said, you'll end up with a coalition government who have their view on Palestine and the whole Israeli-Palestine question is immeasurably worse. So you're going to actually, by punishing the government, you're going to end up with a worse outcome in terms of what you want to achieve. And so it's a really petulant way to vote. But a lot of people vote that way, don't they? And yeah, you're right. So
this actually happened in one of the things that happened in the UK, which wasn't really well broadcast, was Labour did particularly poorly in areas with high Asian communities, and in actual fact, they one or two sort of MPs who normally would have got in without any bother either struggled to get in, and it wasn't the Tories or Reform doing the damage. It was individual Asians, independents, who stood against the official Labour candidate. In some cases, they won it. They even beat a shadow. I think it was a shadow housing minister, so he got booted out at Leicester East. So, and George Galloway, who was a firebrand ex-Labour MP on the extreme left wing, he actually got in 3 or 4 months before the general election, specifically on a pro-Palestine platform, and he got in. Now, he didn't get in second time round, but I think this is a real problem for the Labour government. They want to be seen to be all things to all people, and there's quite a vociferous pro-Palestine group of people who have been marching non-stop in Parliament Square for quite a few Saturdays on a trot. Now, whether they will continue to do so, remains to be seen.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's interesting. I think we get the same phenomenon here, and it's I don't blame Labor. It seems like English and Australian Labor might be, or UK and Australian Labor might be similar. That they've held a centre left platform, which is what they are. They're a centre left party.
Yeah.
They're certainly more encouraging and more welcoming and more recognising of Palestine. But it's a nuanced question, and it's something that takes time. Whereas, other people are saying, well, unless you do everything now, like this minute, that means you're against Palestine, and so we'll vote in any way to upset the apple cart. But as I said to my son, it's a funny old outcome if the way you vote results in a coalition government who will, under no circumstances, recognise Palestinian rights or Palestinian statehood or anything else. They will be fully 100% committed to Israel, regardless of the rights and wrongs on the ground. So, it's but you're just wondering in what sort of numbers it's going to happen. Are they going to sweep away this old style of doing politics where you say it all takes time, we're shifting the dial by degrees in Palestine's favour, which has been happening and continues to happen? Will they say to hell with that? We'll get it all done in a year, and maybe they will. So who knows? Or it might create absolute chaos.
One very salient fact from the UK election was compared to 2019, when Jeremy Corbyn, who is extreme left-wing sort of platform, traditional left-wing Labour, he actually got a bigger percentage of the eligible vote, and he got a larger number of actual votes than Keir Starmer did. So he went down on his percentage compared to 2019 and went down on his actual number vote, but yet because of the vagaries of first past the post system, he's ended up with a third of the vote. He's got 2/3 of the seats. It's crazy, absolutely crazy.
It sounds absolutely amazing, because from all reports that was sort of an extremely disappointing loss, and no one expected Labor to bounce back from that in one term. They all thought it was a 10-year project. So
it's not that they bounced back. It was that specifically the Tories sort of jumped off the cliff, as it were.
Yeah.
And the other big thing from our election was that only 60% of the electorate actually voted. So 40%, every 40 and every 100 didn't bother to vote.
I was shocked, Andy, to find out that you guys don't have compulsory voting.
Australia is one of the few countries in the world that has compulsory
voting. I just assumed that we'd inherited that from the Westminster system.
No, they brought it in because no one in Australia would bother to vote, and so they realised that they'd have to. It was the same in when Darwin was bombed by the Japanese in the Second World War. Like everyone in all the capital cities, where everyone was still going out partying, going to racetracks, doing all sorts of stuff, and the Prime Minister, he had to say, "This is serious. We've just been bombed in Darwin. I'm closing the racetracks." So he had to enforce on the people that, we're at war. This is serious. Stop going out and having fun. And I guess it's a similar thing with compulsory voting, that historically we were so laid back that optional voting wasn't an option. Just had to make it enforceable.
So, going further on, Starmer has got this stonking majority, but only 20, I think it was 20 or 20 and a bit percent of the electorate eligible to vote actually voted for this landslide Labour government. And I think they will.
What can I ask? Because I know no one expected the Brexit vote to win. What percentage of people voted in that referendum?
In the Brexit referendum
Yeah,
of 20,
16.
16 or whatever it was,
Yeah.
I think it was 75 or 80%. It was.
Okay,
It
well,
was.
that sounds pretty high. But I mean, because I'd heard that, a lot of people didn't vote because they assumed it would be yes, which is what they wanted. And so they didn't vote, and then they woke up and it was no. So, and they weren't very happy about the fact that they hadn't voted suddenly. But,
I
so
need to.
I guess the point is that, if you don't have compulsory voting, then that's part of the landscape, isn't it? Voter apathy, um, I mean, obviously Brexit happened in a very real way, regardless of what percentage of people voted. And it's interesting in the US elections that Trump is so either loathed or loved, that the last few elections have been historically really high voter turnouts. So he's had one good effect, I suppose.
Mm.
Whereas if they were both just sort of safe candidates on either side, twiddle-dum, twiddle-dee, you'd probably very low sort of turnout.
Well, possibly that was part of the reason why there was such a low turnout in the UK, but because the options available to a large portion of people was, Christ Almighty, is this the best that the UK's got to offer? And that was one question that was asked during a question time where the leaders were present. And it got us a good round of applause for it as well.
That's funny. Well, I mean, you could say that everywhere, but especially the US at the moment. Look at their choices.
Yeah, I mean, if the UK thinks it's had it bad, I mean the US.
It seems insane that in a country of 300 million people, you couldn't. I mean, geez, I mentioned George Clooney today. He could have bloody run for the Democrats, and loads of people would have voted for him. And
Yeah. Or even opera.
Yeah, but in the end, you've got to still look at the team that's behind the man. Like, it's not a one-man show.
Michelle Obama, she could have run. I mean,
Ellen? No.
maybe not.
I mean,
What?
Dave, you just made reference to the team, and one would hope in the last 2 or 3 years that Biden has at least surrounded himself with people who
He could surround himself with monkeys who'd have a better team than the Republicans.
Yeah.
They're fucking maniacs. They've all gone full MAGA. They're just mad. So,
Yes.
it'd be ironic though if they vote Trump in, and then all the houses and that are all Democrat, and he has no control.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, that was almost a great disgrace. If it had just bounced 5 yards further right, I would have loved those curses hurled.
Okay,
Oh.
right. 3-6. No, I don't like that. Might be okay, but not what I wanted. Due to that reason. No, get away from there. Get away from there. Didn't want to go down there. I have gone down there. Bugger. Anyway, sort of when were your elections? About 6 months ago, 9 months ago.
Federal, almost 3 years ago. They're due to have another election by May next year, so it's coming up.
So Albanese has been in power for what, 3 years?
Yeah. When was the election? It was because
Late
they're 4 year terms, so it must have been May 2021, I guess.
Just seems like yesterday for me, but
That specific day's been the same.
So in 3 years, what's the general feeling in Australia, that it's been a better 3 years than the previous term, or worse, or not much difference?
Well, people have got very short memories, I think. So basically, like all around the world, there's been inflation and cost of living pressures, and you've got a very pro-conservative media here, as I guess you do in the UK.
Yeah.
So they've just blasted that from the heavens, pretty much non-stop, as though it's all Labor's fault. Yeah, there's, and I think too that I think one dynamic we have here that you don't have is we have quite a substantial Greens party. So they're environmental, of course, but also, your very sort of further left social sort of policies as well, and also policies on, for example, Israel and Palestine, that are much further to the left than Labor. So it's an interesting thing, because they play a lot of politics, the Greens, and they want to do all the things that Labor wants to do, but when it doesn't get done to the extent that they want, they actually vote against it. So recently they voted down a bill for more social housing because there wasn't enough of it. So they voted against it. They actually teamed up with the Conservatives to make it happen. And I have a lot of conversations with my son, who's 19, and I say they did that with the carbon tax as well. That they didn't think it went far enough, so they voted down the carbon tax that Rudd tried to introduce, like 15 years ago now, and through a series of events after that, brought down the Labor government and brought us 10 years of climate wars, basically. So they're weird. They vote against what they want in order to garner more of the Labor vote, and they do that over a period of time. So a certain amount of Labor's vote will bleed off to the left, because not only do they do it, but they're very successful, and people have very short memories about the chaos that actually gets caused from that. But also the pro-conservative media, are very good at landing blows. Like cost of living, it's all Labor's fault, obviously, even though everywhere around the world has similar levels of inflation. So that's pretty much it. They've done a lot of stuff for renewals and, just increasing wages of the working men and stuff like this. So ironically, the Conservatives aim their votes at the working class who are slightly racist, so despite the fact that they've helped them out monetarily, they may actually lose some votes to the right and might lose some votes to the left. So there's a fair bit of talk that they might end up in a minority government, say with the Greens.
It's rather gratifying to hear you've had exactly the same sort of concerns voiced about, cost of living, particularly, and sort of I mean, this was as far as the Labour were concerned, it was all the fault of the Tories, and that they crashed the economy, and really it seemed to be a little bit sort of steep to blame it all on the Tories. And
well, it's blame it on the incumbent government, because straight after the last election, which they lost, I remembered reading in the paper that there were a number of Liberal National Party people who were saying maybe it wasn't a bad election to lose because obviously we're coming into a time of raised inflation and therefore raised interest rates, raised costs and all these things, which the incumbent government will be blamed for, and we will ensure that happens. And so, you know, it might be a short path back to power for us, you know. So, yeah, you know, it blows my mind because you think you only have to watch any international news anywhere to know that it's going on exactly the same fashion all over the world, you know. So how could you possibly blame the government of one particular country? You know, it's ridiculous.
And not just the particular government, a particular person. I mean, Liz Truss, who was the prime minister for 44 days, she was single-handedly blamed for all the woes that happened in back end of 2022, I think. But
For all the
you know,
things that were decided when she
inflation,
wasn't there.
inflation and particularly interest rates. But like you say, I mean, inflation's been going up in the Western world. Interest rates have been going up in the Western world.
What a shot.
So,
Look, it is a good shot.
It's more than a good shot.
And of course, the other thing that's going to happen this winter and so on, people still talk about you know, the cost of living sort of thing. But the difference this time round is they're going to get no help from the government in terms of the handouts that were given. I received some handouts. I received 400 quid's worth for my energy bills in the winter of 2022, which was, you know, very gratefully received.
Yeah.
But that's not going to happen, even though there's probably similar sort of pressures even now, right? Oh, 253. It's not bad. It's not bad.
What is another great shot? Oh.
yeah, very good.
Oh. I'm sensing this tree. Super hook.
Oh, is there a gap? Are you going for this gap?
Is there a super fade? It's easier to do than a super hook.
Oh, bloody hell. This is insane stuff.
All right.
Can you believe what you're seeing, Phil? Your man's throwing horse out the window.
No, I know exactly what I'm doing.
It's going to take some comeback, Dave.
Oh, I just clicked the tree. You just. Oh no.
Oh no, indeed. Oh Jesus.
Dear me.
So unlucky. Hit one branch. Come on.
Well, I've got another target for you, Dave. You've now got to make sure you don't get yourself a red score.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You've got to get below 80 gross.
I'm 9 over. That means I'm very close to 80. If not 80. I might even be 81. Well, this is so tremendously difficult. The only possible chance, bump it up this bank. This shot is so horrible. I'm hitting a full 7 iron. Full. punched into the bank.
Well.
Genius, absolute genius.
Wow, that's the shot of the day. That is.
That almost might be the shot of the year.
Yeah. Wow,
You know,
Dave,
full
that was
170
such a.
club to there.
You all saw it?
I was looking down. I saw you pressing the ball, and then I saw the result, and the two don't equate.
I didn't miss the ball.
What's that?
What did you say?
I said I missed the shot.
Oh, yeah. I belted it a million miles an hour into the hill, just hoping it would bump up in the air and drop down, and it did.
Wow.
Did it go in? What another? Your putting from distance has been fantastic, Andy. Amazing.
Doesn't seem like enough.
Good effort.
Oh, thanks for going right over my marker, Dave. That didn't help. That did not hurt one little bit. So that's just there. Right. Pick up 11. 6 holes.
Okay.
Shit. 30.
Good shot.
Loop.
Okay. 190. Oh, I don't like this. 5. Shall I go with that club? I think we'd better go with that club. It's not that bad. Well, I didn't have the right club, really, to be honest. I think I know what you hit, Dave.
Pretty sure Dave doesn't have the same club.
You think I have club envy? I do not, because I think the right club is the 195, which I do have.
Oh, well then you do have the same club.
One below I don't have. But this just needs to be 195 club, done Andy style, fraction brute. Crap! Every time I go brute, that happens. Right.
Well, I hit the 183 club, and I kind of knew it wasn't going to be enough. I thought the 195 just hit ordinarily was going to be just about right.
Yeah, well, this shot just proves that you can get a long and right with a long iron. That's definitely what just happened. Now, this shot is really horrible. Look how much goes down there. So I really just need to get it. Let's see where I found it. Oh, flattish left. All right, so it's left to right to this point. We'll land past that. 311 uphill. Yeah, that works. Sorry, boys. There's a lot of math in this one.
Oh,
And you've worked it out pretty well.
The shorter that landed, the further it was going to roll on.
Yeah, it's annoying when they run on like that.
I just put the ball in the wrong spot. My bad.
Ooh.
Oh,
Yep, nice shot.
all right.
Nice spot.
Top.
All right. Question without notice. Does anyone here think Joe Biden will be the presidential candidate in the end?
No, can't see it.
Is he going to stand down or is he going to be forced out of the running?
Method doesn't matter. Will he be there, yes or no?
So the odds are in his favour at the moment, but I just don't know who they can put in his place.
Well,
with only a few months to go.
Kamala is not inspiring.
No, she can be vice president, but she's not president material, and the party won't get behind it.
Then where do you go other than George Clooney and
No, you don't get a celebrity.
you know?
Like Andy pointed out, Gavin Newsom or
Taylor Swift would probably win.
don't want celebrities running as bloody.
Haven't you seen Idiocracy, Dave? You know where it's going.
Yeah, I know.
So I'm pretty sure you saw Idiocracy because I think I made you watch it.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Beautiful.
Good shot.
All up.
Only 135 out. Oops.
Yeah, this next, the approach shot is fraught with danger.
Oh.
If you get it wrong.
Probably with you. Imagine being 180 out in the rough for this.
Like that.
I wasn't trying to plant a seed, Andy, I promise. It might still roll out.
I I mean, no one has that amount of luck that they could roll out from there.
Oh, there's been disgraces before, Dave. There'll be
Yeah,
disgraces.
maybe there's like a hidden sprinkler head or something that.
Ooh. Wow.
Well, that's an unusual line.
Is it?
It's a ridiculous line. What are you doing over there? You've got to go over the water.
Like a lovely view at the pin.
I
I
don't know
agree
about
with
this
you,
shot at all.
It's much more exciting.
It's much more exciting. It's well, I'm going to use the F word.
He
It's
doesn't
foolhardy. That's
like
that's
you
what it is.
play the 170 club at your own risk, and he doesn't have the 183, which means he's got to chop a 195. Oh my god!
Well, question is, what have you got to lose?
Oh, and for a start, Dave did his math wrong, for sure. I'm just double checking.
I'm just saying, a 170 might be in trouble if the wind grabs it.
Oh, I fear nothing.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, I hope this goes over. Well done.
It's 25, 33. Yeah. So,
You got a nice easy downhill putt from there, though, Dave.
yeah, well, I did learn my lesson about the. I thought it being a smart ass going to the other fairway might be good, but.
Right. So what do we do?
Yep, smart shot.
Nice. Oh, now I've just seen how bad my putt is.
Yeah, I think I'd rather be my 32 feet away than yours, Dave.
Oh, my God.
He's better climb over it. Oh, it
That's
did.
right.
No, it's wet.
No.
Oh,
You know why? Because I chopped it and didn't throw it far enough out to the right.
it was a foot from an O baby. Wow.
No, whatever.
2-0.
And I only decided to chop it in the middle of my swing.
Oh.
So, poor decision making.
Nice distance. Only 20 inches downhill. Oh, I thought it was going to be tricky.
You want to be careful here. You don't put it into the bloody water. That would be.
Yeah, I've just reversed in the free view to work out where I'm landed. But yeah, I might not be able to stop this. Now I understand how bad this is. So what I've got to do.
Right. Sorry, Dan.
Okay. All right. Got it. Okay. So. All right. So I've got to get it to 10 feet. That's a good 4 inches downhill. That's all I've got to do. Oh, come on!
Oh wow.
Really?
Dave,
That's bullshit, Your Honour. Tony, that's... Sue someone. Come on.
good shot.
Fantastic. Can't see it.
Ah, well, little unlucky, Dave. You went for the jackpot and you've
Oh,
come up.
I didn't try to go for the jackpot. That's the thing. I was just trying to throw it out in the middle of the green. And yeah, mid-stroke change of plan, blew everything. Oh well.
Okay, right. Here we go. Ooh, that's close. That could have been disaster.
Hmm.
Come on. Oh no. I'll get away with it, but it's a terrible shot.
Is it a terrible shot? I don't think it is.
I think you've got a better shot than I have because
Yeah.
I'm as though I might not even have a putt at all, really.
Got the right club. Got the right wind. Like that.
That's the best shot of the lot. And unfortunately, I think you've taken too much club, did you?
Oh,
Oh, it's another super greasy one. 25 inches.
that's
Come
horrible,
on.
Dave. No chance of stopping that one.
Oh dear me, this is awful. I've got to throw this. The more I throw this out, the steeper the.
Yeah.
Oh Christ!
So you can have mine if you like, Andy. I'll take yours.
You should be happy with that.
It's pretty good. Because the other issue was the further up you threw it, the more pace you use. could end up further away.
Mm. Solid putt. Oh, Christ.
Wow.
Hmm.
He's going to take the touch of a genius. I don't know how you're going to do it.
The only way I can think of doing it, Dave, is what I've done twice tonight already, and that's hit the pin. So that's what I'm going for. One bounce, hit the pin. That's the plan.
Well, I guess if the pin was 6 foot to the right, you might have.
I just gotta leave the shut up and breathe.
I think the only way you could have possibly got that close is to deliberately sort of almost whiff the lob shot, so that it went sort of 5 inches or something like that. That's in.
Yeah, just a standard par, Andy.
Whoa.
What a par that is.
Two.
It was always in.
5-1-4. Oh, it's another par 5, right? Stop there. 203.
So even though you missed Monday's game, Phil, this is almost a carbon copy of what happened on Monday, except
Yeah.
Andy's winning by just a bit more.
So I haven't missed too much, is what you're saying.
Same game, we've just
Yeah.
both getting their asses kicked.
It certainly got the asses kicked feeling about it.
Well, it's almost got the asses handed to you on a plate.
Well,
obviously
the threat of the cane did absolutely no use for you. Maybe I should think about employing the strap instead.
Please tell me we're not talking in metaphors now.
or that we are talking in metaphors.
It's
Please,
a lose.
please.
It's a zero-sum game.
Yeah, you don't want to hear the word literally in there anyway.
Literally, you don't want to be caned again.
And
Literally
literally
Davis.
means. Shut up, yeah.
Well, I'm Phil. I don't know whether you familiar with this 10 bowling term, but I believe in America, if you get all the skittles go down, it's a strike. If you get 2 strikes in a row, you're on to something. But if you get 3 strikes in a row, you get a turkey.
Correct.
So I'm just wondering whether I should get a sort of turkey emoji ready for the next game.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
it's a weird one because it sounds, getting a turkey doesn't sound like a good thing, does it? But I guess if you go back to frontiersman day, getting a turkey would be quite a nice thing.
Yeah.
because they were bloody hungry. That's why.
Yeah.
And I learned that expression from playing the Nintendo Wii, the 10-pin. Oh, that's a good shot.
It was one fancy shot though.
It was, wasn't it?
There.
What did he hit? Carry 184. Oh, right, 203.
Got about a 2-meter landing area to replicate that shot, Andy.
And he's just going straight for it.
Worked pretty good.
And I don't know what happened to yours, Dave. You chopped
No.
down on it, or?
I just did something terrible. I'm not sure what it was. Right to left of the end here for sure. It's not showing anything. There. 37, 17 uphill. Just 41. 3% power loss. 7 mile-an-hour wind. Bit at 42.
Clever. Get a read off Andy.
Now I'm
Oh.
going to put the green here. 39.19. Oh, what should we do here? I think the chip. Stop.
I'm going to wave a palm. Nice to what you're balding. Under.
It's all right, Dave. I'm going to give you a putt which might get you.
Andy, we're on the 16th hole. I am 12 behind. No,
Yeah, but
oh Jesus, I'm 14 behind.
Yeah, but I'm looking at your sanity. If you get a red score against your name for being above 80 or above.
So right now I'm
Depends on
on
what the
track
power of
to-
the course is.
just having a look.
If it's 71, you've got a fighting chance. I think the next one is a drivable par 4.
Par is 72.
Ah,
That's
right. So you need a birdie on this and a birdie on. Well, the next up is a drivable par 4, and then it's a par 5. So. Oh! That was a bit of a muted roar, that was, Dave.
It would have been nice to have put it in though. Very, very eagle on this course.
Ah, the first one I missed.
First mistake. Well, I guess you can't complain too much about it.
No.
You had a great run.
done.
Anyway, you still get a par.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's a blemish. That one wanted to get away.
So last week, Phil, I won the Monday game, the Thursday game, and the Friday game. Now Andy's won the Monday game and the Thursday game by much more than I ever won them. We're going to one-on-one tomorrow night.
I was just thinking, this week won't be doing your stats any good.
No,
No,
you won't.
Ooh, there's been a lot of stats
Be
damage lately.
interested to see the putting stats again, because on Monday I don't think I'd ever seen putting stats that we saw from Dave.
I
The
think
mine
that might
were
be my
far
worst.
Where's this going?
Will it kick left?
Oh, it has. It's actually worked out all right. Stuff.
Well, it's on the spine itself. That's better than off the spine.
Okay, 261.
Pretty tough par 3 onto par 4.
Right, so there's where I want to be. No. No, I've just leaked it off to the right, I think. Yeah, I needed to hit the green there.
I'm not sure I can get my one hybrid there. I'm just going to hope it makes it. Look how terrible that went.
Whoa.
That was the 230-yard hybrid, and it went 177 in the air.
Oh, that sounds to me like you've got the timeout shot on it.
Something happened. I don't know what. Okay, so there's going to be backs. Okay. So, there. Okay. Right. Oh no, too long.
Oh my god.
On
You better hope the rough grabs it. Oh, this delay doesn't bode well.
It does not bode well, does it?
58 yards. Oh,
Oh, come on.
oh, look at it. it's like a mountain.
Jesus Christ, on a stick. This is bullshit. 58 plus 16, 68, 74 headwinds, 8% power loss. It's going to be a bloody 105 club. Shot. Oh, the shot makes it. No, maybe the 91 does make it.
Well,
These are all-
technically, the wind shouldn't impact the shot at all because it's behind the mountain the whole time.
All right. We hit this about 90%.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Well done.
I tell you what, you played 2 recovery shots tonight.
There's
We
1,000
should-
ways of getting that one wrong,
Abs-
Dave.
Absolutely out the top drawer. The unfortunate thing to say is the rest of the stuff coming out has been from the bottom drawer, Dave. I hate to be harsh and say these things, but it has to be said.
I have used all drawers, haven't I?
51,
Mm.
67.
Yes, but I guess despite the top drawer and bottom drawer,
I don't feel like I've been getting terrible shots. Just
I was thinking it'd be interesting to do a study on decision making, comparing when people are going well compared to when they're going very badly. Because I've sort of looked a few times tonight and thought, is the decision making a bit different?
tonight.
Yeah, and I think it is. I think
Interesting.
it is. I think it's the decision making is just a bit off all over. But you know, that's not scientific at all. That's just what it's felt like.
Well, I think as well, this is definitely a type of course where if you're not quite on your game, all of a sudden shots start going away from you, which is what's happened to Dave, particularly tonight.
Yeah. That's what I like to call bleeding strokes, where you just have that run.
Yeah.
It's certainly it's against it's an out of the box result. +9. Considering what, a month or so ago I was watching you all play Pinehurst in under par, and that was super tough.
It was tougher than this, and we're not going
Much
much
tougher.
better.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going a lot worse.
Yep.
And I think one thing that I've got, which neither of you have in the last week, is I've been enriched, fulfilled. I'm positively glowing with positive vibes now that I know that all problems are going to be solved in the next 5 years by this incoming Labour government. So
Does that mean we can expect a steady decline over the next 4 years in your play?
yeah, the bar has been started is very high, and there's only one way it's going to go.
My only feedback would be, Andy, I thought I was about to be asked to buy Amway.
Oh, by who, Dave? not sell it, just buy it. Oh.
Andy,
There's nothing you can do. Well, nothing you can't do.
he's become some sort of Terminator.
Well, I do have one comment to say, Dave, which is obviously highly relevant. Even playing with the grid at the EA game, I'm finding that much more difficult than putting in this game. I don't know why, but I'm really struggling to work out how the grid in the EA game sort of correlates to what I'm sort of feeling with this game. It's
it's a matter of learning what the speed of those arrows and the moving bubbles and all that. There's quite a few variables. And I think it's good they did it that way because it's not something you necessarily chart.
no.
And that's how it should be, I reckon. Because I really hated the 3-click charters. They had spreadsheets of where to hit the ball and how far and all that stuff.
Well, okay, Dave. Your Uncle Dave, this is your chance to get back to even par.
Not on this hole. This looks nasty.
It is nasty.
Just the actual drive itself looks terrible.
I think the whole hole stinks.
Well, that's part one.
That's part one, yeah.
But I think those trees are going to make it getting there in two impossible. Well, it's not possible anyway.
Well, I think even the second shot is full of.
Yeah, it's full of trauma.
Uncertainty, yes.
It's not doable in two. All right, so I'm just going to try and join you two. You didn't know what you're doing. Okay. All right. Wow, look at that. That's
3p odd.
Well, I am doubting the value of hitting over those trees.
There's either a path or there's a brick wall on our left.
No, I think it's a path.
Alright, this is going to be one. This is going to be the biggest super hook I've ever done. The most super hook.
We've got to hold on to our seats. I'm holding on to mine.
The mouse is so extreme it won't even register the shot. I've tried twice. I'm going once more.
Wow.
Oh, I clipped the tree. That's a moot point now.
Anyway, to answer your question, Dave, it certainly was a road or a cart path of some description.
Yes, it is.
Yep. Always happy to help, Dave.
Oh my god. This is terrible.
Yeah, you've got the same super hook issue.
This has got to be the hardest second shot in almost any of the courses that we play.
Oh, what to do?
It's a great little course.
It is.
It's fair, but it's difficult. It's a little bastard.
Oh,
You hit the tree as well, Dave.
Wrong tree though.
Yeah, 163 should be okay. You're at the back.
It's that first tree which is the real problem, as far as I can see.
Well, it was for both of us.
Yeah.
No, you're going to hook around it. This is more than a range draw, Andy.
Missed the tree
He's done
completely.
it.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Absolutely done it perfectly. Look at that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Enjoyed that one. Yes, that was the kitchen sink thrown in it to make it cut that much.
That is fantastic.
Oh no! I don't even know if I can get up over this bloody thing. Oh, fuck me. 63, 183, 40. Whatever.
It's not a bad shot.
Oh!
That is genius. That is outrageous.
Yes, it is.
I'll give you 100 shots. I bet you couldn't do that again.
No. No.
Fantastic.
Okay, Dave, fingers
And my
crossed.
turn. All right. Just got to super walk around this tree, something like that. There it is. Oh, Jesus. Doesn't seem likely. Go. Okay. All right. Two clubs short, not just one.
In super flop range.
Don't go too big.
Oh, lovely.
It was threatening to go over the back, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Look, there's a nice bunker over there. It would have caught it.
Yeah.
Oh. Doesn't get any easier for you, Dave.
Can't believe what I'm aiming.
You've left yourself some absolutely wretched putts tonight.
Just, yeah. You couldn't do worse.
Oh,
Oh, that's a pity.
that would have been so nice to sink that. Get back to even.
Oh, it's harsh.
Come on. Oh, missed. Pity.
You gave me quite a good read there, Andy. So I'm not even going to wave the pole. I'm just going to hit.
Yeah.
Maybe I should wave. Oh, yeah. 3 inches up here. Oh.
I'm trying so hard not to laugh at the moment.
What the hell?
I'm trying to force it in. I'm just trying to end this. Come on.
Oh, the hell. Oh, I don't want to leave.
This one, I'm just going to make sure there's no more than a foot away.
Yeah.
Oh,
Your nickname tonight, as of tonight, Dave, is Gene.
God.
Jeez.
Sure. Well, oh my God.
Well,
You nearly,
that's disappointing.
Oh,
you nearly didn't break bloody 90 there, Dave.
That's what you call ending with an exclamation mark.
that's a Lenny blowhole if I've ever seen one.
Wow.
Well, what can I say, Andy? But a flawless round almost.
Yeah, just one boog, I think. Yeah.
Very, very nice work.
That front nine was a bit dodgy. Jeez.
Oh, it had a horrible start and a horrible end. But the stuff in between wasn't too bad.
Yeah, 7 to 12 were great.
Oh, you are not going to like your putting stats at all, Dave.